one of the concerns that we addressed is accessibility is expensive. And, you give them their truth, right? It can be expensive, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. So if you build accessibility into your processes early, so if you code a website accessibly, for example, at the beginning, building an accessible website is comparable in price to building an inaccessible website. Now, you say, Angela, my website's already built. What am I going to do? Okay. So two things there. One, start with the most serious errors, right? The errors with the most impact. Fix those first. So you can spread the expense out. You don't have to do everything at once. I call that harm reduction. Second, there are tax incentives for investing in accessibility. So talk to your financial advisor, talk to your tax attorney, talk to whomever you talk to. It's the IRS, so it's a convoluted formula that I'm not even going to try to explain here because I don't really understand it. But the tax incentives do exist, and they will help you in your investment in accessibility. There are also, in some cases, grants that can be gotten. A lot of them are local, they change, often. And what you may or may not qualify for really depends on your situation. So if you become a real life access client, that's one of the things that we can do. We can help you research those grants. So the other issue that people are often concerned about is that accessibility is hard. Accessibility is a difficult undertaking. And again, sometimes it is. When you have to reinstall an elevator, or when you have to install an elevator because your building doesn't have one, that's hard. It's expensive. It's all the things. But in most cases, accessibility can be achieved far easier than people think. Most accessibility fixes that we can make are actually quite simple. And then there's the topic of third-party software. Okay, the bane of all our existence, right? Because as a business owner, if you purchase software, be it customer facing or employee facing, that is inaccessible, you're responsible both legally and in the court of public opinion. Now, in my opinion, that's unfair, but not by your hand, but in your lap, as a wise person once said. But you have more power than you think. You can use your purse, your pocketbook, to pressure third-party vendors into making their products accessible. And as if you become a real life access client, we'll help you do that.